Welcome to all Caribbean entrepreneurs. If you've been ready and waiting to take your business digital and get paid online while you sip something strong on the beach, this podcast is for you. We'll hear from the Caribbean's finest entrepreneurs on topics like e-commerce, business development, brand building, social media, their wins and failures. This is the only place in the region helping you navigate the digital age from the Caribbean's perspective. This is Digipreneur FM. And now, let's give it up for the Digiboss himself, Mr. Keron Rose.
Thank you to everybody tuning in to another episode of the Digipreneur FM podcast. As usual, it is your boy, Mr. Rose. Now, DJ, you know what to do. You gotta fade us all the way out. Because we gotta talk to the people. It is April 28th, 2025, and this is episode number 186. How are you lovely ladies and gentlemen inside of the Digipreneur FM family? How are you lovely ladies and gentlemen doing? I've been good, I know, and I hope you have been good too. I've been good, man. April was a very, very good month. Got to go out to knock off another dream destination. I spent a week out in Bali. Oh my goodness. Bali was absolutely amazing. Spent time in Ubud, and then I also spent time in Uluwatu. Just two amazing locations. Ubud, just the scenery, the greenery, the forest vibes. Uluwatu was on the beach. Place was overlooking a cliff. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. Again, I can't wait to go back. I think next month. Yeah, I feel like by the end of May, I feel like I need another Bali trip because a week is not enough. A week is not enough. If you've never been, a week is not enough. And I think, and one of the reasons why a week is not enough too, like it's real island vibes over there. The roads are very, very small. And I mean, there's a lot of people there. I mean, locals and tourists that are coming in. The roads aren't big. The roads are just not big. So there's just a lot of traffic. And even though you could be on a bike, like there's still a lot, again, the infrastructure is still small. The roads are still small. There's only so many bikes that could pass through at one time. So the traffic there is pretty bad. And there's not like a lot of back roads to get to where you need to go. So that cuts into your time, right? So a week, definitely not enough. I mean, if it's all you can do, what I would say is try not to travel too much. Like don't do like if you're only there for a week, don't try to go to like 3 different cities. You know what I mean? Like don't try to do Ubud, Canggu, and Uluwatu, for an example, just because you're gonna spend a lot of time just in traffic. Like try to do 1, max 2 areas if you're gonna be there for a week, and if you are gonna be there for like shorter than a week, man, just spend it in one area. Save yourself some time, you know. But anyway, I enjoyed myself, and I'm thinking, listen, you start to travel. And when it doesn't interrupt your workflow, like especially your workflow, it becomes addictive. It really does, because it doesn't cost much to just skip over to Vietnam or Singapore. And I mean, I had a layover in Singapore and it was just absolutely amazing. And yeah, when it doesn't cost much to just go and do it, when the flights or the buses don't cost much, and then the accommodations don't cost much. Well, the accommodations could be as cheap as you want to as expensive as you want. So you really could just work within your budget, right? But there really is, like, the way my life is set up now, And this is one thing, I mean, we've been talking about throughout the years, just getting to this point of location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. And again, you don't even have to be rich to have financial freedom, right? As long as you're earning a higher currency and living in a place that gives you more bang for your buck, there's a level of financial freedom that you're going to get there as well, because you're not living month to month. So anyways, it took a while to get all of these things lined up, and now it's just like, why not? You know what I mean? Yeah, Vietnam looks like it's nice right now. Why not? And like I said, the money's not even an excuse anymore, because you can take trains, you could take the buses. So even like when you don't want to take a flight, so for example, it'll cost me $100 to go and fly to Vietnam. But if I felt like taking the bus, I can get a bus ticket for as low as I think 20 or $25 to get to Vietnam on the bus. As cheap as that. And then you can get a place at any price point that you want. Right? You get something at any price point that you want. Whatever your budget could afford, you can get something for that price point. So now I'm in that space where, like, I really want to travel just a lot more. It doesn't disrupt my workflow, and I think the more I travel and the more I work whilst I'm on the go, I'm only going to get better at it. So that's one thing I'm kind of paying attention to. The only thing I haven't done consistently, and I mean I keep on saying this, and I say this for myself. My podcast is my baby, and I have not been consistent with it this year. So again, I'm gonna try. But I mean, we're getting content in every other platform as well, and every other format as well, right? My podcasting and even my vlogging, those are two things I've slacked off over the last 2 months, where I need to pick it back up. So anyways, what are we diving into today for today's topic? Today, I want to dive into why AI is becoming the best sales representative for your company that Caribbean businesses are not leveraging to their advantage. AI has become the best sales rep for your company that we are just not leveraging nearly enough. So that's the topic today. So let's kick it off. So imagine we're walking into a store, right? But instead of being greeted by a tired, distracted sales rep, you've met someone who knows everything about you. They already understand your style, your budget, your personal preferences. They are never pushy. They are never in a bad mood. They ask you thoughtful questions. They listen carefully, guide you step by step to exactly what you need. They even show you videos, product demos, reviews from real customers. They explain the warranty in full and even compare it to competitors. They're also hunting down discount codes for you. And then they compare the products and services to every other competitor on the market with no biasness, all while making you feel like you are the only person that matters in the world. And here's the kicker. They do it all for free, 24/7, without any complaints, without any bias, and without asking for a commission. That's not a dream. That's not the future. That is today, thanks to AI. It's happening right now. And we are not tapping into it throughout the Caribbean. So I want to dive into the reality that most businesses are still underestimating. They're still underestimating that AI has become the world's best salesperson. And not just for tech-savvy customers, but for everyone. Right now, people are using tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and custom AI assistants to research products, find the best deals locally and online. Compare the warranties of companies. Read the reviews and sift through the reviews. Discover new brands. And most importantly, buy without ever speaking to a human being. Now, why does this matter? Because if you're a business owner, a marketer, or even just someone curious about how buying behavior is evolving, this matters so much more than you think. Because the truth is, AI is quietly reshaping the entire sales landscape behind the scenes. And if your brand, your website, your content, and your customer journey are not set up to be AI friendly, you're not just missing out on the opportunities, you are being skipped entirely. So, we're going to be diving into things like why AI is now everyone's or every customer's personal shopping assistant, how it asks smarter questions than human sales reps, how it pulls personalized content like videos, articles, and even discount codes for your benefit, and how it can guide someone from curiosity to checkout without ever needing to call a company. And most importantly, what you as a business owner or marketer need to have in place to even be considered in this new AI driven buying journey. So, this episode is being done to really shed some light and give you some new perspective as to how sales and marketing has changed. And not changing, not it will change. It has changed. And we have a lot, like I said, we have a lot to talk about. Okay. So let me give you some real world examples as to how AI is being used in sales and how it's allowing people to shop smarter. And again, this is already happening. This is what's happening right now. So Phoebe Gates has Fia app. It's a fashion shopping and it's a fashion shopping app that she's reimagined. So Phoebe Gates is the daughter of Bill and Melinda Gates, the co-founder of Fia, an AI-powered shopping app that acts as a personal fashion assistant. So when browsing online, users can click "Should I buy this?" button, prompting Fia to analyze the market prices and provide recommendations on whether the price is fair. It also suggests cheaper alternatives, including secondhand options from platforms like eBay and Poshmark. Fia aggregates insights from over 250 million used goods across major resale platforms, helping users make informed and sustainable shopping decisions. Insane. Let's keep it going. Zift, it's a transparent price comparisons app. So in Australia, Zift is an AI-powered shopping comparison tool that offers unbiased product comparisons without paid listings. It scans the market using image recognition and product data to provide comprehensive comparisons across retailers. Accessible via mobile or the Chrome extension, Zift has already seen over 550,000 installations with a daily growth rate of 1,000 to 2,000 downloads. The platform emphasizes consumer-first approach, generating revenue through, get this, the affiliate marketing program while maintaining impartiality. And again, that just makes so much sense, right? Third case study, One Off. It's AI meets celebrity style. So One Off is an AI-powered fashion search platform that allows users to find outfits inspired by celebrities and creators like Hailey Bieber and Addison Rae. Users can search for exact or inspired luxury and affordable products with AI refining search results and a human approval step ensuring quality. The platform partners with retailers such as Sense, Net-a-Porter, and Revolve, aiming to become the Netflix of fashion by offering personalized recommendations based on user style preferences. My goodness. I have two more for us. Number 4, Amazon's Rufus and Lens is an AI-powered shopping tool. So Amazon has introduced Rufus. It is a conversational AI shopping assistant that helps users find deals beyond Prime Day. So Rufus uses product descriptions, customer reviews, and questions to assist with shopper queries, helping users locate specific products based on features and price. Additionally, Amazon Lens, available in the mobile app, allows users to take pictures or scan barcodes to search for similar products and compare prices, enhancing the shopping experience. My goodness. And number 5 is ThreadUp's AI search. So ThreadUp is an online shop with approximately 4.5 million secondhand clothing items. It utilizes AI to streamline the shopping experience. Users can input precise keywords or upload images to find specific clothing items, such as entering fall wedding Philadelphia, to produce a gray wrap dress, a red sweater, and a chunky scarf. This enhancement has led to a 38% increase in searches per session since its launch, promoting sustainable shopping by making it easier for those unfamiliar with purchasing secondhand items. Listen, oh my goodness, right? And let me tell you something. Those are some amazing use cases right now. But let me share the inspo for this episode. So, right now, as you know, I'm in Thailand, right? I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. And one of the things that I really want to start doing a lot more of is putting out more digital nomad content. Because again, remember, we don't have a lot of Caribbean digital nomads. Of course, we have, nomads from Canada and whatnot. But again, digital nomad content, I really want to start to do a lot more of, and mixing it in with everything that we already do, right? That being said, that's going to be a lot more vlog style content and a lot more photo content. So I currently have my DJI Pocket 3 that handles all of my vlog camera work, right? And it's amazing. I love it. Best thing I've purchased, right? The other thing that I do is I also have a Sony A6100, but the thing is, I bought it to record my course content and do virtual conferences and whatnot. And honestly, since I've upgraded my Mac, the camera, my webcam on the latest MacBook Pro is so good that I never bring that thing out anymore to even use it. And if I had plans to actually learn photography and videography, and I need to, because it's more pro, it's more pro. There's a lot more of a learning curve for me to learn how to shoot and obviously learn how to edit. So that being said, what I want to do is I'm going to sell it, right? Because it's a 5-year-old camera at this point, which I mean is what it is, but still an amazing camera. But I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to get one of the new Fujifilm cameras, right? Now, because I'm making the switch over to Fujifilm, I'm making this switch, and I mean, what's brought me to Fujifilm was a lot of the TikTok content I've been seeing and people posting about Fujifilm's cameras, the recipes, the um the film simulations. It gives you, with how they're doing their cameras and their film simulations and their recipes, you can essentially get a photo finished, edited photo out the camera when you learn how to use the recipes and the film simulations and whatnot. And it takes so much away from the editing. Now it's a pro camera, right? And you can do the editing, but for me, where I would rather get something high end that can do everything for me, and I don't got to edit after. Right now, Fujifilm is absolutely killing it with their recipes and whatnot, right? So, anyways, I'm going to buy one of the cameras. Now, obviously, I'm not a photographer. I'm not a videographer. I don't know anything about cameras, right? Now, I could contact Fujifilm, and I could, watch content and videos and, ask a bunch of questions. I could go into one of the stores and ask questions. Of course we can do that, right? But before I do any of that, obviously I want to research more myself. So I've been made aware of multiple products from Fujifilm on TikTok because I'm seeing a lot of people talk about the the X106, the T50, the T32. So I'm seeing a lot of these cameras. So obviously, I gotta now figure out, okay, well, which is the camera, that is right for me. So what inspired this episode is what I went and did. Now, I would do this with customers to an extent, but I never did this for myself to this extent, right? So hear me out, right? I use ChatGPT, and you're free to use any AI tool that you want, right? But I pay for ChatGPT Pro, and I also pay for Google Gemini. So those are the two typical AI tools I'm using right now. So I jump in ChatGPT, right? So I give it a prompt, and I'm saying, I'm looking to purchase a Fujifilm camera to upgrade my photography beyond using my Pixel 9 Pro XL, as I'll be focusing more on creating vlogs and photography content for my Digipreneur brand. I love the recipes, the film simulations of Fuji cameras. I'm looking at the X106, the MX, the XM5, the T32, the S20, and the T50. I want you to ask me questions in order to help me make the right choice for the product. That's the prompt that I gave it. So, yes, I've watched content on TikTok, I've watched reviews on YouTube, I have Googled and read some reviews, like some articles, read some reviews and whatnot. But again, that's still me having to gather a lot of information and having to me make my own informed choice, right? So, I know the cameras I'm looking at. I know what's more budget friendly. I know what's more high end. I know what to kind of get from the cameras. So I have a good sense of the cameras, right? Now it's just to figure out which is the best one for me, which is the one that's going to help me get the most bang for my buck, which is something that I can use right now and then grow into. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of things that would impact the decision of which camera to get. Now, I don't have the answers. I'm not a specialist, right? And I'm also doing this at like 12 o'clock at night. It was like midnight when I was doing this, right? So I'm not calling nobody, right? I'm not walking into no store. So I'm painting that scenario, right? Because this is a real scenario. I'm actually reading my prompts to you. So I give it that prompt and it says, great, to assist you in selecting the ideal Fujifilm camera for your Digipreneur brand's vlogging and photography needs, I would need to understand the following aspects of your creative workflow and preferences. So, number one, primary use cases. Is this going to be for vlogging versus photography? What is the primary focus? Video content, stills, or equal mix of both? What is your content style? Are you aiming for cinematic videos, casual vlogs, professional portraits, or street photography? Second question, video requirements, resolution and frame rates. Do you require 4K, 6.2K, or higher resolutions? What frame rates are essential for your work? Do you require in-body stabilization? Is handheld shooting a priority? Will you be using external microphones, and do you need a headphone monitoring capabilities? Third section of questions is photography preferences. Do you prefer a fixed lens system for simplicity or interchangeable lenses for versatility? What types of photography will you engage in? Portraits, landscape, streets, studio work. Fourth set of questions, portability and form factor. Travel considerations. Will you be traveling frequently, requiring compact or a lightweight setup? Discrete shooting. Is this a low profile camera important for candid or street photography? Number five, budget constraints. What is your budget range for the camera body and potential lenses or accessories? So I answer all of those questions, right? You heard the level of detail of questions it asked. So I answered and I gave it every single thing. And then it begins to now give me the top recommendations based on everything that I provided. And remember, it's connected to the internet. So it's already learned about all of the specifications and the reviews from the products that I have said I am looking at. So it knows the product inside and out, right? So it then gives me a breakdown of all the cameras. And then at the end of the full breakdown, it says, considering your travel photography focus and desire for IBIS and video capabilities, the S20 offers a balanced mix of features and flexibility. If you do prefer compact all-in-one, then the X106 would be an excellent choice. So then I go on to ask it, why do you think the S20 is a good choice for me? And then it starts to break down exactly why the S20 is perfect for what I am trying to do. So at that point in time, I then ask it, okay, give me some of the top reviews to watch on the S20. It gives me links to YouTube videos. So I go watch the YouTube video. So now I can get, some human speaking about the product and get their perspective, right? Again, this is a big investment. These cameras are between 1,500 to 2,000 US. So I want to be well informed in order to make this investment because, again, the price is not the problem. I have no problem putting my coins aside and saving up to spend the money. The money is not the issue. I need to know which is the best camera for me, exactly for me, based on learning as much as it does about me. And remember, we're feeding ChatGPT a crap load of information every day. So it really knows you better than you know yourself, right? So now it knows my workflows. It knows everything that I'm doing, but we're now asking those additional questions so that we could narrow down the camera and see what's going on, right? So listen, I'm having a back and forth. It's like I ask another question like, I want you to tell me without thinking about my needs, which one is just the best overall camera. So it breaks down the camera specs and then it tells me exactly which camera is the best without taking my needs into consideration. It then also provides me a link to a YouTube video that's breaking down a comparison of the devices that I'm asking about. So now I go watch that video. The content creator now, his channel is monetized. So now he's making money off of my view, right? He might even have some recommendations for, the cameras or the accessories, whatever, with affiliate links in the description of his YouTube video. And I could just go and click on the link to his affiliate link or whatever, or whether it's for the actual camera or whether it's for the accessories, and he would earn some money like that, right? So you see how all this is integrating and making the shopping experience even better, right? So I ask it a bunch more questions. So I start asking it things like, I want you to rank your camera recommendations in order for me. I want you to tell me which one has the best lens and which one, which is the best camera lens to start off with. Like I'm asking it a bunch of questions, right? And again, it's searching the internet, it's getting the information, analyzing the information, and giving it to me. So by the end of this entire thing, and listen, I can't even read everything that went into this entire thing because I had a crap load of questions. And I was watching content, I'm asking for links, watching a video or reading an article, and we're going back and forth. And this really felt like a group project. This felt like a group project. Like it felt like a group project because it's me, it's ChatGPT, it's the content creators it has recommended for me to go and watch for this specific thing that I'm looking for and I want additional perspective, right? So now at the end of it, in refining, remember this is a conversation. So in going back and forth, asking questions, coming back, making suggestions, back and forth, at the very end, I have never been more confident in my decision to go and buy the camera. So with everything that we went through, we landed on we're doing the new Fujifilm X-T50. And we're not doing the basic lens. We're going to start off with the higher lens for specific reasons, right? Again, the money was never the problem. We just want to ensure that we're getting the perfect camera for what I'm trying to do. Because if it was a cheaper option that did exactly what I wanted, then I could take that. But we're getting a camera. Again, I'm spending more money because everything that we went through, all of the information asked, given, research, content watched, content read, back and forth, I am spending more money than my original budget because I know that this is exactly what I want now, and it's exactly what is going to serve me for the next 3 to 5 years. Listen, AI has changed the entire shopping experience. 1000%. And again, I say, we in the Caribbean are not taking advantage of it. And this is something that we really, really need to focus on. We have no choice but to focus on it. So, what do we need for us to participate? Well, before I answer that, right? Before I answer that, I just want to reiterate that I need you to understand that your customer now has a personal, all knowing sales rep that scours the entire internet. It's no longer a tool, it is a personal sales concierge for every single individual in the palm of your hand. It doesn't just search, and this is what changes everything. Is that it doesn't just search, it intelligently finds and analyzes the best options based on your unique situation. So again, you're walking into that store, the sales rep already knows you, knows your budget, your past purchases, your preferences, your allergies, your favorite colors. That's AI right now. And some AI models have that real-time browsing. And remember, they can access the latest sales or stock info better than human reps who are stuck checking internal systems. Because remember, they can also scan the online systems, right? So it can ask a ton of questions to learn about you and your needs for free, 24/7, and no attitude. So human sales reps, they still have that bias. And I mean, sometimes it's needed, right? Again, perspective. I still believe everybody's perspective is needed. But reps will have a bias, right? Because sometimes if they know that they don't have a product in stock, they know that they're going to sell what they have. So there's a bias there to sell what they have because they have to hit their numbers and they want to make their commission. So you might not get the best product based on a simple bias like that. He might be selling you a product that, yeah, it might fit your needs. It might not be what you want because he is selling what he has in stock. So that's an example of a bias that you would not have to deal with AI, right? So there's also no fatigue. There's no bad days. AI just doesn't have those things. It's going to ask all of the smart questions. It's going to ask the layered questions to understand your needs and your specific situation. And it's going to stimulate an expert level discovery call without pressure or judgment. And then it can now adjust its recommendations in real time. When there's new information that's discovered or you've given it new information, a new perspective, just like I said, I would get a link from AI. I would then go watch a video and I would come back with a different perspective and I have a new question or I have a new thing that I want to. And again, it's just working with me, right? Because it can pull content from the entire web. So that's articles, videos, reviews, and recommend personalized learning. Today, AI just doesn't tell you what to buy. It's also educating you in the process because it's surfacing the honest reviews, the how-to videos, the warranty terms, the comparisons, the Reddit threads, the core discussions. It searches through YouTube, the blog reviews, the TikTok videos. It has all of this at its disposal and it can gather, it can analyze, can syndicate the information and do exactly what it is that you need it to do. And here's the best part. It can compare competitors. It can find discount codes. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know I'm always showing you that. I would jump in ChatGPT, and before I buy anything online, there's always going to be a coupon code or a discount code box. I would jump in ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm about to go buy a trip on trip.com. Search the web for discount codes for trip.com. And it would search, and 9 out of 10 times, it has given me discount codes that I've been able to use to get discounts for. Man, listen, I went and I got a 50% off discount when I went to the orchestra the other day. It found a discount code, right? So here's the joke with that, right? I like opera. I listen to opera music a lot, and I like to listen to the orchestra. So the other day, I went in my elevator, and my elevator is an elevator with a TV screen, so they just run, ads throughout it. So whilst I'm in the elevator going to get some food downstairs, just picking it up and coming back upstairs, I see an ad for an orchestra, right? They were doing a Beethoven orchestra. They're doing a symphony, and it was some company that flew in from France or whatever, and they were doing a show. They had a show in the Thai Cultural Center. And I saw it on the TV whilst I was going to collect food downstairs. There was a QR code. I took a picture, scanned the QR code. It brought me to the payment page to go and book a seat, to go and book a thing. But before I went and booked it, I jumped in ChatGPT and I was like, hey, this is the event. I shared the picture of the event to ChatGPT. I told it to go search the web for discount codes for this event. It found me a 50% off discount code. I put it into their website and I got 50% off. You see how crazy that customer journey is now? Do you understand how the shopping experience has changed? Do you see how crazy that is? I had no intention of going to know. I didn't search it, right? I didn't have any intention of going. I just went, I ordered some food, had to go downstairs to pick it up. Whilst in there, I was like, oh, orchestra. Okay. Saw the prices. I'm like, yeah, let me go. Took a picture, got the QR code. It opened up to their page. ChatGPT gave it the picture of the event. Told it to go find me discount codes. It found me a 50%. I don't even know where it pulled it from, right? But it pulls, because it searches the web, it's pulling from blogs and articles. It's pulling from the entire internet where these discount codes would be located and serving it up to you. 50% off. Got a 50% off code. And I went and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And I enjoyed everything that led to that performance. Right? And again, I was still going to buy it. Full price, I had every intention. I just saw it and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going. Something new. I haven't done an orchestra in God knows how long. Probably since Canada. I'm going to go. And I was going to pay, I was ready to pay full price. But I'm like, you know what? And again, this is just a practice that I have now. Anytime I'm going to make an online purchase, I always jump in ChatGPT and ask it to find me a discount code first for that platform. And 9 out of 10 times, it has found me discount codes. Matter of fact, let me say it to you like this. It has always found me discount codes, right? The 9 out of 10 part is if the discount code worked. Because some of the codes could be no longer, could be expired. And it's done. But 9 out of 10 times, man, even if it was 5% off, I've gotten a discount code that worked. Even if it was 5% off. All right? Up to 50% off. So, again, things have changed, right? And the fact that now, you can say, hey, I want you to compare competitors. The fact that one of the questions I asked ChatGPT for my cameras is, hey, who is the best company to buy this product from and why? And ranked the companies to buy it from and told me why. Then I asked, who has the best warranty? It ranked the companies and told them what the warranty is and how it differs from the competitors. I then even told it to search to see who has it at the cheaper price. And it gave me that too. So when I go, I'm sorry, and here's the funny thing, right? Here's the funny thing. It's also providing you the links to the products or the service. So it's telling you, okay, this is the best product, this is the best store, and it's giving you the product link. So I can now just click on the link from ChatGPT and just go and purchase the product, right? Easiest thing to do. Or let's just say I want to go pick it up because one of the locations is not far from me. If I want to go pick it up in person, that sales rep that deals with me has to do nothing. They don't even, all they got to do is say, hi, sawadee and thank you, kapkun ka. That's all they got to say because there's nothing to talk about. I don't know the warranty policy, and I've had ChatGPT break it down into layman so I understand it. I know this is the exact camera I want with the exact lens, with the exact accessories. The only thing you gotta do is ring me up. And that's if I wanted to go and get it in person so I could have it in my hand. Or I would just click on the link that ChatGPT provide, add to cart, add the accessories, have it delivered. All without ever speaking to a human, all without ever speaking to a sales rep, all without having to go into the store. Like the store doesn't even know what they did. The store wouldn't even have known what they did to get money from me. They wouldn't even know. Who helped you? Not you. No, nobody on the floor helped. No. How did you learn about us? How, like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to do anything to get that sale. That's the power that AI has right now and how it has changed the entire sales and marketing flow for customers. And you now need to figure out, how are we going to leverage this? How are we going to have this work for us? That is what you need to be thinking about now. How do we participate in the age of the AI sales rep, the AI researcher? How do we participate? So if your business isn't AI friendly, then you're basically invisible to the next generation of consumers. And again, that generation is now. Here's the minimum digital foundation you're going to need. You're going to need to have a website, right? Because remember, all of the AI tools are connected to the website. They're pulling the information from your website. It's pulling the product links from your website. It's pulling the YouTube videos from your YouTube channel. Right? So you need to have a website. It's definitely got to be mobile friendly and fast loading. You need to have all of your products, all of your product pages with detailed descriptions, because again, the AI tools are parsing through the web, gathering information and then analyzing it, then syndicating that information. No website, you're not being found to be a part of that discussion. Then you need to have the e-commerce capability. So it needs to be able to that. If ChatGPT says, here's the best product, and it serves me the link, I should be able to click on the link, add to cart, and buy it. If I've gone through all of that, and I get to your website and I have no choice but to come in, I'm not saying that we're not going to do it, but the chances decrease of you closing that sale tremendously. Think about that. We buy so much online because it shows up at our doorstep. So if I'm going through this entire process right now, unless it is something where I wanted it like right now, like I did all this and I'm ready to go and jump in a car and head to the store right now. If it's not something that I need right now, then I'm just going to click on the link, add to cart, and buy it online. And then it shows up when it shows up. So if you don't have the e-commerce capability, then the chances of you closing that sale drop, because then somebody's just going to be like, all right, well, if they don't have it, then I'm going to go and click on the competitor's link because I want to order the product and I don't want to have to go in. Again, I'm not saying that people are going to stop going in. No, people are still going to come to your store, but the interactions would have started online and online in a very different way, right? The store that I'm going to buy the product from, I actually visited the store this week. After we did the exercise, I went to the store, and I went to the store because I wanted to feel the actual products in my hand, right? So that when I buy it, so that when I'm ready to buy it, right? Because I'm not ready to buy it right now, but when I'm ready to buy it, shortly, I know exactly what I want to buy. So that at that point, I can decide, all right, go on their website, purchase it, or let me go take a trip to the mall and go pick it up in person. But again, that's going to be at my discretion. So you need to have your website. It needs to have e-commerce capability. You need to have or work with an SEO specialist because they're going to be optimizing all of your products, your content. They're going to be optimizing everything that drives the traffic back. And AI is only pulling the information from authoritative websites. So if you have a website and it's not optimized and Google has it ranking very, very low, chances are AI is not going to search to page 20 on the search results to gather information from your website when your website is currently buried, right? You also need to be creating content. So you're going to have blogs because, again, your blog content is really what AI is searching through because it's all words, right? There's going to be videos, so you're going to have the proper descriptions in your videos on YouTube and these platforms because, again, AI is going to be searching through YouTube. It's going to be searching the title tags, the meta tags, the descriptions of the videos, so that way it knows exactly what it's recommending, and it's going to be looking at the chapters information, so it knows exactly which part of the video to send you to watch to answer that part of the process you are in with ChatGPT. So you need to have your blogs, you need to have your YouTube channel, you need to have your how-to guides, your FAQs, your case studies. Content should focus on answering actual customer questions because remember, when we are discovering businesses, we discover businesses because we have a problem or we want to achieve a desire. So we jump on ChatGPT, we jump on Google, hey, my back hurts, my lower back hurts, what could be the problem? And we gather the information. So who shows up with the information is who gets the business. But now AI is just taking it to a whole nother level because now it's asking you all the right questions. It connects to the internet to pull the information from wherever it needs to pull the information from, and it's making the recommendations, it's citing the sources, it's providing additional content, it's providing the service links to book your services, it's providing the product links to purchase your products. If you don't have these things set up, your website, e-commerce capability, you're working with a search engine optimization specialist, if you're not creating content, you're not building authority, trying to find your way to rank on page 1, build that authority so that your own platforms generate high traffic as well because again, Google is seeing all these things, right? If you don't have these things, then you are invisible in the biggest change in the buyer's journey. You're not showing up in AI search. You're not showing up on a Google search or a Bing search. If you don't have these things, you're invisible to these platforms. And people and what businesses across the Caribbean, the reason why they haven't tapped into this is because they still believe that their customers are the same from yesterday. They still believe the customers have not evolved. They still believe that their customers that they're dealing with today are the same customers from pre-pandemic. And that is the mistake that we're all making. That is the mistake that we're all making. We haven't accepted that the customers have evolved, and they have evolved again. Because, like I just pointed out in today's episode, I'm going to be spending about $1,800 US on a camera. That is more than my budget that I started off with. And I know exactly what camera, what lens, I know where I'm going to buy it, I understand the warranty process with the camera. I understand where are my service centers. I understand the process to work with the service centers. So I even have the aftercare support that it's researched and done everything for me. So I know exactly what to do, where to go, how to go about it, all without speaking to anybody. Not the company that I'm going to buy it from, not Fujifilm, not the content creator. I didn't ask no friend, no family, and I have a bunch of photographer friends. Matter of fact, when I posted the picture of the cameras that I'm looking at, all of my photographer friends were like, "Yo, either one you're bad, either one you're good." I've had conversations with them, and they're telling me about the features and what they love about those lines of cameras. They've even asked me, hey, how do you plan on using the camera or whatever? And we have a conversation about what I'm going to be doing. And my boy's like, perfect. So all that did for me was it gave me the social proof from people that I actually talked to in real life. And it just cemented my decision. Like I already knew what I was going to buy. And when I would have the conversations with my photographer friends, they're like, perfect, bro, you're on the right track. Either one, you're good to go for what you're trying to do. And all that did was just solidify the purchase. I was already buying the T50, right? I was already buying the T50. But getting the cosign from photographers that I respect, for them to come out and look at it and be like, yeah, nah, you're good. That was just a cherry on top. So that is how AI has changed sales and marketing from a consumer point of view. And remember, it's not just consumers, buying just leisurely things. It's not just B2C. It's also impacted B2B sales as well, because AI is being used by businesses to research other businesses before buying their services or hiring their vendors as well. So businesses are also using this to help them pick their next service provider or next vendor. They're doing the exact same things. And soon enough, AI shopping assistants will become apps. So soon people will have AI shopping assistants embedded into their phones. It's going to be embedded into Apple, into Google, into Samsung. And it's just going to constantly optimize and suggest you products in real time. I mean, this is where it's going, right? But you still have to connect emotionally. And AI can recommend you, but if your brand story, the values, and the vibes aren't attractive, customers won't pick you. So, remember, like I said, my entire journey for the camera started with content on TikTok. And I loved the content I saw. I went and I started to look at the actual Fujifilm page, and I saw a lot of the content that they've been posting as well. So from there, I was like 50% of the way sold, right? And then I started to do that entire process, or what we just spoke about in this episode. And now 1,000% I'm sold. And I could just, enjoy just watching, content on how people are using my product that I'm going to buy. And not focus on the other stuff, which is, how does this camera perform, or content from this other product. Because now I don't want to see any content from the X100 so I don't want to see content from the T30. I just want to see the content from the T50. Because I know that's what I'm buying, and there's tons of people creating content with the T50. So now the content that I'm even viewing has changed. I'm no longer in research phase. I'm now in learning phase, and I'm learning how to use the T50 and the things that I can do with the T50. Crazy. That is where the consumers are today. And as a business in the Caribbean, we have not tapped into it. And I can tell you we have not tapped into it because, one, the majority of you don't have websites. So you're already disqualified. Secondly, the majority of you don't create content. You just run ads. So that is why I say with confidence that the majority of businesses across the Caribbean are not tapping in to today's consumers because they haven't even put the right infrastructure in place to show up where the new age consumers are. And the new age consumers aren't just the 18-year-olds. We have people in their 50s and 60s who prefer using ChatGPT to shop because now they have an expert or somebody smarter than them to talk to and ask questions without shame and without judgment or without feeling like they're a burden to somebody else. Calling a family, friend, or relative, hey, you busy? What you think about this? And again, just getting biased information or speaking to somebody who's not going to ask you the thorough questions that AI is going to give you and then tell you exactly why they're recommending that product, the service, or the company to do business with. So you're going to see even more people that are 55 plus, 60 plus using AI more because it's easy. And remember, they don't even have to type. All the AI tools right now, there's a microphone button that you could voice everything to. So they don't even have to type. They could voice everything into ChatGPT. They could voice everything into Google Gemini. That is where we're at. So that is today's episode. That is our episode for today. Hope you guys and gals enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to rate the podcast. If you're listening from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, rate the podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, you can like the podcast for us. But if you really enjoyed today's episode, please drop a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or leave your comment on YouTube as well. We love reading the comments. Again, keeps us on our toes and ensure we're delivering the right content for you. If you are not following me right now, you can check me out on every platform at KERONROSC, Keron Rose, at every single social media platform. You can also learn more about building your digital presence and monetizing your platforms at KeronRose.com, and you can stay up to date with the podcast by jumping on Digipreneur.FM, the website. Links to that's going to be in the show notes as well. Our latest course in the Digipreneur Academy is now available. You would have known that we would have done the digital revenue roadmap revenue workshop some weeks ago. The course is now online and available for purchase. It is a self-paced learning course. I will link to that in the show notes as well. Go and check it out with all the information about how to go about building the additional digital revenue streams that work alongside your product and your service as is right now. All right, so it is Monday. I hope all of you enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see all of you in the next episode. Take care.
You've been listening to the Digiboss, Keron Rose. We hope your notepad was filled after this episode. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. The learning doesn't stop, folks. And to make sure you don't miss any gems from the Digiboss, go over and follow him on all social media platforms at Keron Rose. Folks, don't just sit there with a notepad. We need you to implement at least one thing into your business before the next episode. That's the only way your business levels up. Thanks for listening to Digipreneur FM. Now go be great.